Hey, it's Stunt
and Jake
from the BBQ Show. Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to talk about simple tips to get started if maybe you're new to the idea of grilling or smoking or using a flat top or whatever.
Barbecue in general.
Yeah, barbecue in general. That's a good one.
Yeah.
We should have a show like that called
The BBQ Show.
Brilliant.
Well, let's get started then.
Let's get started. So a couple tips that we think are the easiest way to get started. This is going to be pretty basic, but stick with us and we think this will help. Tip number one is a really important, Stunt, and that is
style and location. So figure out what you want your style to be. Are you gonna be a smoker? Are you gonna be a griller? There's different steps to start off with, obviously, but then it also comes down to location. If you're at an apartment, you're not gonna have a lot of space to have a big grill. If you got a big patio, maybe you can invest in something a little bit bigger.
The other thing you want to think about is that buying and locate of what you're going to use. Are you going to get a propane grill that uses a 20-pound cylinder of gas like this guy? Or maybe you want to do something that's more straight charcoal.
The classic kettle.
The old classic kettle, you can't go wrong. Whatever seems to be the easiest for you. We recommend, if you are new to the patio cooking in general, start in this area with a gas grill, a Weber kettle type charcoal grill, and then move your way up from there. Because you'll find, I think, in the long run, you're going to give yourself a better chance to succeed.
Yeah, I agree. And there's a lot of different ways you can do those. I mean, you can go with a flat top even if you wanted to try, because a flat top is very versatile. If you wanted to get something like a Blackstone.
Yes.
If you move away to start doing smoking, like a pellet grill, which can grill or smoke, but it's also got a lot of opportunities to do different things there. Great use of items there, and there's a lot of different brands. Just do some research and see what's going to work for you. I have electric smokers you can always try as well. Then you got to talk about the offsets. Another great way to do more complicated as you work your way into it, but that's your different versions that are out there.
Correct. And just so you know, an offset is just what it sounds like, where you have a cooking compartment and then off to the side, offset is where your heat source is, where you would usually include things like wood, whether they're sticks or pellets, and that's where you're going to add your smoke and your heat and your cooking style from there. So we really like to suggest the idea of start slow and start simple. You don't have to go crazy and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on this right away. To all the wives listening, you can, and it's really important, but you don't have to do that to start. So we want to make sure that you don't dive in and get in over your head.
And that also goes for, by the way, not only what grills you're going to go with, if you're keeping it simple and small, it also what you're cooking. If you're doing burgers and hot dogs to start, keeping it small until you're used to it.
Right.
Grilling, like brats, steaks, and things like that as you continue to work up. And then also, if you're going to smoke starting out, ribs, inexpensive for the most part. I have spare ribs here today. They're like $10 right now, and that's easy. If you mess up, you're up $10. And it's not a big deal.
The next thing we want to talk about if you're just getting started,
accessories.
Accessories are really problematic sometimes. You're going to need a good set of tongs.
Solid.
Solid is important. The more you spend, the better you get, typically, but be wary of the multi-taskers. Things that have bottle openers on them, not necessary.
Yeah, they got a
Wouldn't
bottle
you
opener.
agree?
I completely agree. You got a bottle opener at home. You don't need one on the spatula.
Yes. Nice long handle, but easy to operate. I like thick. I like sturdy. Something that's going to hold up. And avoid all the things that stab.
Oh, I put it back away. We had a fork out earlier. You don't need a fork. Plus, you're going to let the juices out.
Right. Never stab your meat.
Unless you are going to stab, though, a thermometer, a good meat thermometer is always useful.
Accessories make great gifts.
They do.
If there's a griller on your list, gifts are important.
A lot of accessories, a lot of spices, seasonings go along that category as well. You can always try different things.
For sure. When we talk about starting small, I'm glad you mentioned seasoning, because seasoning is something that people can go head over heels crazy involved with. And again, we like to start simple. There's 3 ingredients you're always going to need: salt, pepper, garlic.
Sometimes you're going to get them all in one container. Sometimes you buy them separately. But either way, those 3 are going to be used a lot.
You don't have to go real crazy on sauces right away, because it's, again, going to change the entire complexity and flavor of whatever it is you're cooking, and you want to make sure that you're not drowning the flavors. So, play around with different sauces, find different rubs and seasonings and things you like. Here again, you don't have to go crazy. One of my favorites is, I think, $6 at Sam's Club. So you can find all kinds of neat things that you enjoy, and that it will work really well for you. But the key is to
experiment and have fun. Now go fire that thing up.